So apparently Tucker Carlson torched Biden live in front of a massive crowd after the debate. That is just crazy to me. I said we gotta check this out. Before we get into this, if you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What were your thoughts when you saw the debate? Comment that down below. Everybody's saying Trump had that debate on lock. Everybody's saying that Biden was a complete mess. Comment down below what your thoughts were. I'll give my thoughts and commentary on the back end. Definitely make sure to stay tuned for that. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. There are very few truly clarifying voices inside of the landscape of American politics, and one of those is Tucker Carlson. In times when the world shatters, right? When the crust of the earth like splits open and there's like an earthquake, a political earthquake, particularly, and a cultural earthquake, like when Joe Biden has an absolute dementia seizure, Alzheimer's seizure, live on TV for 90 straight minutes. You seek out clarifying voices like Tucker's. And the reason why everybody seeks out clarifying voices like Tucker's is because you look for people who have never lied to you. You look for people who aren't paid propagandists. So many in the corporate press, virtually everybody in the corporate press, right, left, and center, are all paid propagandists who are speaking power to truth. And the reason the First Amendment was written is to speak truth to power. The First Amendment, reporters, journalists, truth tellers, were supposed to fight on our behalf the tyrannical, oligarchical kleptocracy, the power, right, that is trying to put a boot on the back of all of our necks. But in our bizarro world right now, with the broken matrix that we live in fact, most people inside the corporate press with megaphones, they are tools of power. They are tools of the institutions that wish to oppress us, and Tucker Carlson is not. And it makes Tucker Carlson in these moments somebody who has insatiable takes on the debate. And just about 12 hours ago, Tucker Carlson released his actual take on the debate. You know, it was a deafening silence, as they say. But Tucker Carlson popped up, finally, and said, you know what? This is what Joe Biden's dementia, seen from 10,000 miles away, looks like. This post has gotten 33 million views, has gotten 30,000 reposts, and 100,000 likes. It's gotten 13,000 saves. It's fair to say this thing has gone as nuclear as any response to Joe Biden's debate performance. And for good reason. Because what Tucker Carlson actually does here is call out the institutions that allowed it to get this bad, that allowed the gaslighting about Joe Biden's condition to carry forward, and now they're just scared that you all know what they've known for a very long time. They are the protection mechanism for power. It's what makes them so evil, and it's why it's so important that we build an independent media. Tucker Carlson, on his Tucker Carlson Network, releasing this video. So awesome. Let's begin with Tucker's introduction.
And today, and they had the presidential debate, the U.S. presidential debate. And maybe some of you saw it, and if you did, well, it was amazing. But what was especially amazing was afterward, they went to the panel of assembled Democratic operatives posing as journalists, and all of them were like shocked to discover that Joe Biden has dementia, like they couldn't believe it. What? Oh my gosh! He's non-compos mentis! No way! Are you serious? And I'm thinking to myself, what year is it? 2024-ish? Middle-aged people identify with that? Okay, 2024, people are saying. It was 2019 that I heard from a friend of mine who was friends with his sister, Val, that the family was very upset because Joe has dementia and he's running for president. And, well, I said this on TV, by the way, at the time, and was denounced as a racist or something. I mean, everything, in the United States, like, that's just like the all-purpose term for shut up. Racist! It's like, I think he's white. Shut up, racist! Okay. Anyway, but his sister had told a friend of mine, like an actual friend of mine, one of my neighbors, that the family was upset and that his son, sadly, had passed away. By the way, not in Iraq fighting a war for freedom, but of cancer. I don't think he's aware of that. But sad, and that the family was convinced he needed to kind of get it out of his system by running for president. But of course, no one's going to like make Joe Biden the nominee because we had Pete Buttigieg for that. who's, now it's a joke, but at the time they were like, people are going to love Pete Buttigieg. He's incompetent, but he's gay. Great. And then people were like, what? No. So they had to go to Joe Biden, and he actually became the nominee and then somehow became the president. But it was obvious the whole time that he had no idea where he was, and that it was cruel, and that his grasping, horrible wife who like poses as a doctor was pushing this so she could go to state dinners. And everyone knew this. Like, there's not one person who didn't know this.
So what Tucker begins here with is saying what a known secret Joe Biden's dementia was, and how these people have lied to you. And Tucker Carlson, of course, up until just recently lived right next to Hunter Biden. Do you know that Tucker Carlson's like neighbor in Georgetown, where he lived, was Hunter Biden? They were neighbors. Tucker Carlson knows this family and knows them very, very well. Knows everybody who has direct access to the Bidens. And so when he pops off about, of course, the media protection mechanism and the basic understanding that Joe Biden already had dementia when he ran for president in 2020, this becomes quite shocking. And so Tucker Carlson, of course, being the kind of person who can really turn the screws there, and then he continues.
Even given the high standards of politeness offered to foreigners in foreign lands, everywhere I've traveled around the world for the past 4 years, and it's been a lot of countries, people are like, so Joe Biden, how is he? I'd be like, well, I think he has dementia. He certainly does. Like, everybody knows, because they have, I can't remember, the internet. And it has video on it. And it takes about 15 seconds to determine the leader of the most powerful country in the world, with this mass nuclear arsenal involved in 2 simultaneous wars, doesn't know what day it is. And that's really scary. But if you come to the United States and you're in the media envelope, this like fake world created by this disinformation specialists who run our media, that's never mentioned at all. It's like everyone it would literally be like everyone pretending Jacinda Ardern is like a legitimate person, which they may have done in New Zealand. I wasn't there. You know what I mean? Where people say, oh, that's the prime minister. What? It's ridiculous, actually. But everyone sort of plays along like it's not happening. And the whole Emperor's New Clothes story is based on this phenomenon, which is a very human phenomenon. But for the media today to be like, wow, we just got the diagnosis. This is shocking. He can't run for president. Kind of either they're really stupid, like too stupid to breathe unaided, or they're liars. They're truly dishonest. They're hiding the obvious from you. And I'm betting on the latter, but even more amazing was the response to that. So remember that our media are not just observers of reality or describers of reality, people who bring you the story first on the scene. No, they're the gatekeepers to reality. You don't know what the world looks like except through them. Like, they are the pipeline through which all information flows. And in the United States, they're political actors. They work for a political party.
So Tucker Carlson calling out the reality that our press are doing this and are lying to you, and they're angry because now the lie is up, the gig is up. And they must now serve their masters once more and call for Joe Biden's recusal, call for Joe Biden to step down. And is that going to work? Does it actually work when you claim to be a defender of democracy, but nothing that you ever, no agenda that you ever push actually even remotely reflects democracy? What is democracy exactly? And this is the part where Tucker Carlson really gets into the true grit of what we are facing right now. We're not a democracy. That's not what this country is all about. Democracy is when the majority of people get what they want over time. We live in the opposite of that.
All of a sudden today, these defenders of democracy are like, well, I mean, obviously Joe Biden's got Alzheimer's and he's super unpopular. He can't win. Therefore, we need to replace him. And it's like, wait a second. He was already elected in the biggest landslide ever. I don't know if you knew that. Like, he got over 1 billion votes, in our country. He got more votes than Black Jesus. And because he's just so unbelievably popular, people just love Joe Biden. It was a landslide, literally a landslide in 2020. And that gives him the authority to do whatever he wants, whether you like it or not, because so many of your neighbors voted for him. You don't know their names, but it happened, okay? It happened. It's sort of like COVID deaths. You never actually met anybody who died of it, but millions did die. Everybody voted for Joe Biden except you, so shut up. So he has this mandate, this moral mandate to do literally whatever he wants, import 30 million people illegally, and you're not allowed to say anything about it, racist. And yet, at the same time, and then Democratic primary voters, just like the other day in our system, the members of the party vote for their nominee. He's elected by his own party. People actually went to the polls, cast a ballot for him. But all of a sudden, because he might not win against the orange man, we need to take his job away from him by force and let the donors put someone in there who can beat the orange man, because that's democracy. And that made me start to think for the first time, maybe we're defining the word democracy a little differently. Maybe you've got a different understanding of what that means. Maybe you think democracy is when we do exactly what you and 8 of your friends want. That's what you think it is. Whereas I think democracy is when you do the will of the majority over time.
Elon Musk saying he makes a great point about democracy, and of course, again, this is going as viral as any of the reactions to the debate. So this is why they are so scared of this moment, because they have lost control. And because we, independent media, are actually shattering the protection mechanism that they had around Joe Biden and everyone. And it is a really, really inspiring moment. Support independent media, support Tucker Carlson's network, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you.
And subscribe to join the King Squad. Yeah, definitely, you definitely see the Dems panicking. So first things first, before we get started, definitely prayers out to everybody who's going through hard times and stuff like that. These are definitely trying times. Shout out to all the true patriots out there and all that great stuff. Definitely stay prayed up and keep your loved ones close. These are definitely trying times, and we're going up the mountain right now, and we're definitely pushing Trump. It's important to just stay united in these hard times and keep God first and all that kind of stuff. As far as everything with Tucker Carlson, shout out to Tucker Carlson, man. He's definitely on fire out here. You definitely see the Dems panicking. You definitely see they lost control. They lost control over the media. You know, they still control like MSNBC, CNN, NBC, and all that kind of stuff. But like as far as like what people see day to day on their phones, and as far as what people think, you know, about Biden, what they want people to think about Biden, that was all shattered. Especially really, it's like that was really shattered when everybody saw the debate. Everybody saw, this is who's running our country? Him, the dementia patient. and then it's like, oh man, you know, there's really no coming back from that. And this is what I mean when I say that everything they do to Trump only makes Trump bigger. You know, they put a gag order on him, and then he can only talk about certain topics and everything like that. And then here you have Biden over here stuttering, fumbling around with his words, and he's not all the way there. You know, I had made this comment before in my last video, but I'm gonna say it again in this video. I was watching that debate and cracking up. Actually, Trump is hilarious. I'm gonna just say that was one of the funniest debates ever. Granted, this is the first debate I ever really watched, but yeah, it was funny to watch. It just, Trump got bigger, and then Biden over here is like lost. It's like, go play with your grandkids, man. Go sip on some chocolate milk, play with your grandkids. Go golfing, sit by a pond. Don't try to run the entire United States of America. Like that, why? That, you know, and that's the comment I had made in my last video, and I really wanted to say that in this one as well, because I really personally believe that just holds so much weight. Because when you saw that, when I, at least I'm gonna speak for myself when I say this, when I saw that debate, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You guys want Biden to run another 4 years? Oh, man. yeah, I guess you guys might need to update your prescription on your glasses or get some new contacts, because if we're seeing the same thing, I don't know how you can't see that he's not fit to be president. That was kind of like my thought process, but that's all for my commentary for this video, you guys. Definitely let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Smash that subscribe button so more people can enjoy this content just like you right now, and so we can spread the truth. Shout out to all of our awesome patriots. Prayers out to everybody's families. These are trying times. And subscribe to join the King Squad. We're on the road to 60,000 subscribers, guys. And everything we do on this wall right here is everything that we do on this channel. So, yeah, that's that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.